Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 132 of Ronald's Reviews. And on today's episode, a gift from the States, something I've wanted in my collection for quite a while, and a channel giveaway. Cue the march. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we are going to take a look at a gift all the way from America that came last week. Something I've wanted in my collection for quite a while, and we are going to talk about a channel giveaway as well. Now, the gift came from a very, very kind and generous guy in our community. He's always helping people out, and that is Andy from over at the Holo Chronicles. Now, Andy called me up only a few weeks ago, and basically he'd upgraded something in his Star Wars collection, and he was kind enough to call me up and ask me if I wanted the spare item in his collection now. Now, like anything, I'll always insist that I try to pay for any kind gestures such as this one, but Andy again was adamant he didn't have any of it. He wanted it just to send it as a gift, and after some back and forth, I gratefully accepted. So we're going to take a look at that today. We're also going to take a look at something that I've wanted in my collection for quite a while, and obviously the thumbnail may give that away. But one thing occurred to me also, that I never really celebrated 1,000 subscribers on the channel, and it seems a little bit silly to do it now, but we are going to talk about a giveaway in the coming weeks. So let's jump straight in and take a look. And there we go. So this is what Andy sent me. So like I said, he was very kind, called me up, explained that he just upgraded the box for his cloud car and asked me if I would like the one he had previously. So obviously, like I said before, you know, I'm always prepared to pay for anything that anyone offers me as a gift. But again, Andy was very insistent and said, look, you know, I'm just happy to send it. I know you're partial to a box. Now, if you follow the channel, you know that only a few weeks ago I did a video on my vintage Star Wars boxes. And he just basically said he would like to send me it. Well, of course, again, after a little bit of back and forth, I graciously accepted. But I absolutely love this box. Now, this is a vehicle that I've never really considered buying, but I certainly will now. It's never really been on my radar, but again, the minute I see that Empire Strikes Back logo on anything, I'm straight away totally in. Now, I've only got one box that's Empire in my collection, the rest are Jedi, so this was a very, very welcome addition. As you can see, we've got, I'm not quite sure why we've got Luke Bespin in the cloud car, but being greeted by a few Bespin guards. We've got Lando there, C-3PO and Bespin Leia, but yeah, absolutely love it. Really do. And I've said before, you know, condition isn't a big deal to me, because the way I collect, I've got to be grateful of just being able to get these things in my collection. I'm not in a position where I can afford mint boxes and inserts and things like that, so I'm just happy to get these in my collection. Now, I think the reason why Andy was quite insistent he didn't take any money was because I think he was concerned about the condition, because obviously he's such a nice guy. I think he thought that I may not want it because of the condition. Now, when I say that, that is because it is completely open at one end, so there's no closing flaps at this end. But I've said before, it doesn't bother me. Original boxes are original boxes. And when I see this, not only do I still see a beautiful box, I mean, that front image has held up great, and that will display beautifully. Just angled to a side, that will display fine. And I think Andy was just a little bit concerned that the condition, he thought I might want it. But the thing with gifts like this, not only do I see a wonderful box when I look at this, I see a gift from a friend, you know, so these items take on extra meaning to me, and condition sort of fades into insignificance, really. So I just want to say again, Andy, thank you so much, because at the end of the day, Andy didn't have to think about me for this. He could have got rid of it, he could have passed it on to somebody else, but he thought enough of me to contact me and ask me if I want it, and went to the expense to send it as well. So condition, Andy, please do not worry about it. I absolutely love it. I mean, look at that image, that's held up so great, it's nice and bright, and that will display great. So I'm going to get myself a cloud car at some point, wrap it up, put it in the box, get some instructions in there as well, and that will display beautifully. So thank you again, Andy. I am very, very humbled by this. Like I say, you know, not only is this such a kind gesture, you know, you went to the expense to send it as well, which I'm very, very grateful for. So thank you. This will be going into my display and will display beautifully. Okay, so let's move on to something that I've been trying to get into my collection for quite some time.
Kenner's Star Wars collection comes the Stormtrooper, the Sand People, and all 20 action figures, including new Hammerhead, Snaggletooth, and more, each sold separately. And now, Boba Fett, Star Wars villain with his laser rifle. Boba Fett is not yet available in stores, but you can get him free with 4 proofs of purchase from any Star Wars action figures. Details on specially marked packs at participating stores. Offer ends May 31st. Star Wars action figures sold separately from Kenner.
And there we go. Now this is something that I have been trying to get into my collection for quite some time. So this is the Vintage Collection 2010 Rocket Firing Boba Fett. And this is actually quite special to me. So special, in fact, that I sacrificed the money that I was going to buy the Iconicon Boba Fett. I was looking at buying the Iconicon Boba Fett, and I did the fatal mistake. Well, I say mistake, it worked out really, that I had one last look on eBay before I bought it, and then spotted this at what I felt was a great price. In fact, so much so that I got in touch with Tim from Boss Bounty, because my vintage collection knowledge isn't great. So I just wanted a second opinion on the price and how he felt, and he said, yeah, considering there isn't the mailer there, Luke, and it is punched, I still think that is a good price. So based on that, I just wanted a second opinion, a little bit of reassurance, so thank you, Tim. And then I bought this. So as you can see, we all know the story about the Rocket Firing Boba Fett. I'm not going to go into it all because you all know the story, but only a handful of the original vintage ones made it out into the wild. It actually never got to retail, but so this is the closest I will ever get to a vintage Rocket Firing Boba Fett, and obviously it's in the vintage style. The figure is very much in the vintage style, as you can see. And then if you just spin it, I don't know if you can actually see it, if we just spin it that way, you can see the rocket that is there for firing, which is actually quite big. But then if we spin it around, I don't actually know if you can see it, just there, look, you can see the vintage style rocket in there as well. Now I believe that just sits in place. I don't believe that fires, that is just a placeholder, but the long one there that you can see is the one that goes in and fires. But yeah, this is just something that I've been keeping an eye on for a while, and I've kind of just accepted that I would never get one. And then luckily I saw this at what I felt was a good price, and so I quickly pulled the trigger. But this is quite special to me because I never actually thought I would have a Rocket Firing Boba Fett of any kind in my collection, but I absolutely love that iconic image. Not actually my favourite image on the card of Boba Fett, I do prefer the blue sky image, but look at that. That is beautiful. Now, I must apologise, everyone. I am not going to open this, so if you come to see this loose, I'm sorry. I am not going to open this. This is quite special to me, even though, you know, it's been out a while, and it's not obviously a vintage one. I could never afford one of those. We all know, if you're lucky enough to find one, what sort of prices they go for. In fact, I saw an article online not too long ago of one selling for over £100,000. So it just shows you, if you're lucky enough to find a vintage one, what sort of money they can demand. I mean, it's quite unbelievable, really. But when this is loose, the small rocket comes out, and then you put the larger rocket in place. Now, I'm not so sure that I'm hugely keen on the size of the large rocket. It is so long, and obviously it comes out the bottom of the jetpack before it fires. I'm not quite sure, did it need to be that long? I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to be opening this, so it don't matter. But and then obviously once that's in, you can fire the rocket. But yeah, so happy to get one of these in my collection. I've followed these for quite a while. Like I say, they were released in 2010, so these aren't new figures, but because of that, they've also increased in value. And whenever I look on eBay, they often go for well over £100. Now, I actually picked this up for 55, and like I say, and I still felt I needed a bit of reassurance from Tim, but I kind of knew that was a good price. And like I say, I sacrificed my Iconicon Boba Fett money for it. So I do still intend to pick one of those up, but I just felt when I saw this, I had to pull the trigger and get it into my collection. So this is going to go nicely in a GW case and go on my shelf, and I think it will display beautifully. But yeah, okay, so like I said in the intro though, one thing that I realised on the channel that I never actually did was celebrate 1,000 subs, so we're going to do that belatedly now and talk about a giveaway in the coming weeks. Okay, and here is the giveaway prize. So, I've got a very good friend who dabbles in a little bit of photography on the side, and he contacted me a few months ago and said, you know, I want to work on a couple of Star Wars figures. Do you want to bring me a couple of your vintage Star Wars figures and I'll do some photographs? Well, there was only ever two that I was going to bring in. The first one was Luke Bespin, and the second one, as you can see, was Boba Fett. So, I'm going to give this away once I hit 1,200 subs. I'm on around 1,150 now. Once I hit 1,200, I'm going to give this away. And as you can see, not only, this is not just a generic picture of Boba Fett, this is my very own figure. Now, you might not be able to see the markings under this light, but I can assure you the Boba Fett on the poster is this Boba Fett in my hands. So, quite personal to me as well. So if you want to win this, the same requirements, all you've got to do is like this video, be subscribed to the channel, and make sure you leave a comment. Now, if you leave a comment, all I want you to do, if you want to be involved in the draw, at the end of your comment, just put hashtag Boba Fett. If you don't put that, I won't enter you into the draw. So just make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag Boba Fett on your comment if you want to be involved, and you will be in with a chance to win. This will go anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are the winner, this will be coming to you. And there we go, everyone. So as you can see, my rocket firing Boba Fett is now nicely protected in a GW acrylic case, and I think you'll agree it looks unbelievable. I'm so excited to get that on the shelf and into my display. I think that looks amazing. I'm so pleased to finally have a rocket firing Boba Fett in my collection of any kind. It is something I never ever thought I would actually have. And a huge thank you to Andy over at the Holo Chronicles. Check his channel out, guys. Andy and Josh run a fantastic channel. They do so much for the community. I will leave a link in the description below, but thank you, Andy, for sending me this. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get myself a cloud car, and that will be displayed proudly in the base as well. So yeah, there we go, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, thank you for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and get back to everyone. And don't forget to get hashtag Boba Fett in there if you want to be involved in the draw. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.